Live, and here we are, and we're back. So, I see we have some skipped test. Probably want to clean it up soon, but anyways, we're going to continue on with our game. Saw some other tests that look like we have some branching that we should fix. I'll probably take care of most of those offline one of these days, and so we can just kind of continue making our game grow further. This is having fun, and so I want to see some good stuff happen. So I was looking at one thing here. I see that we're storing the rotation. That's 8 bytes. I can handle that on the client side, so we're going to just take that out. And I'm happy about that, so let's save that. And then we can go to spawn unit. We actually have the rotation here, so we can take this out. And let's create unit. Okay, yeah. Create unit. And then we also want to get rid of it here under spawn unit. And we also want to get rid of it here. And here. And we also want to get rid of it under the unit move. And so we're going to get rid of that. So we're just going to save 8 bytes on every command. Just makes it slightly more efficient, especially on the move, which we get quite often. So unit move, get rid of the rotation there. And then, let's see here, get rid of the rotation here. There we go. And that might be it. Right here, that's the battle unit. So we're going to get rid of that. We don't necessarily need that. There's no... We don't have anything that's where you get like hurt more right now. So I think that's models, battle unit, rotation. I'll take that out. There we go. And see here. I think that'll do it. Let's do a quick search on rotation. Okay, take that out. Alright, so we got rid of all the rotation, so let's go ahead and run our test, see if it does any build failures. And start the game server, and we're gonna see here, get status. Okay, cool. So now we can do our running of the bees. And okay, so something, oh, there's a, we didn't take it out of the front end. Okay, so now let's go to, couldn't figure out why that wasn't working, because I didn't make the contract consistent. Where are we at here? Handler. So here, I'm going to create it. I'm going to take this out. Nice. Nice. Okay, and then we're going to take our rotation out here. Boom. And then we're going to go to unit move. Take the rotation out here. Rotation's going out there. And our rotation. Okay, and I think we should be able to run our tests. That looks good. Let's run our build. Okay, that looks interesting. Here we go. How are we doing out there? Are we building our game? Are we looking good yet? I feel like we're coming along. There we go, there's our hero there. So this one we seem to have a small issue somewhere. So there's him running. Yeah, we have a small issue with the unit move action. But let's check it out. Unit move action. It's hard to say what we got going on. Probably should keep the. That looks fine there. Okay, that's great actually. We can crash it there. So it's looking at execute. There's not really much to see there. Handler 268. So we can try to debug this a little bit. Build OSX. That's not right. Build OSX build sources source handler actions unit move action and possibly 268. So looks we're talking to the game world. Game world. So move action get fields. So that's something to do with talking to the game world. Probably this. Don't see why that would be a problem. Let's see back here if it has any. It's on the object handler. I have a feeling it's probably because we're running multiple tweens. So, something we have to solve anyways. So, let's think here. Okay. Doesn't have much information on that for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually do rf private function. This will be on update tween. And what we don't have is we don't have the unit. So that won't do us much good. Let's do this. Not really what I wanted to debug today, so we're probably going to pass over this in a moment. Because this is not even tested. I'd rather have this unit tested anyways. This is fully inefficient. We don't need to be doing that. So there's a bit here that we can clean up just by running tests. And here we go. Reopen. Where is my terminal? There we go. And okay. There we go. So it's still crashed anyways on something similar. So I need to do this. Okay, so let's just skip this for now. It's not going to get us any big wins until I run tests on it anyway. So we know there's a problem here. We know we want to clean this stuff up. We don't want all this same stuff happening. So let's continue on. So I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I want to do some server-side work. So let's go back to our server. And so one of the things I was thinking about is I don't like this idea. First of all, we have this restoring of the state of the game here. We're going to take that out and sort of do a create this game state, and we can run this test through this stuff. So first of all, we're going to go to our process command, and this is one thing I don't like is every single time we move a unit, we have to go to the player store, pull it out of the player, get all the units out of the player, and then out of the map of that, get the units, and then update them manually. So what I want to do is I'm going to turn this into a gen server, and the gen server is just going to store all the units, and then the what's it called? The player itself is actually going to just store pids to the gen server to where we can actually just access the unit information whenever we need it. That'll make things way more efficient. So let's move down that path, and instead we're not going to have a battle unit. We're actually going to spawn a process, and then the battle unit will have essentially this API. So let's get started. So we're going to do vi lib game server. We're going to go to the models, and we have the battle unit already open apparently. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to keep the struct there for now, and we're going to use xactor.genServer. So we're going to need that documentation up because it's always nice to have it in front of us. So we're going to say xactor. And hopefully one of these days I'll have this API memorized, but I keep not getting the chance to look at the game consistently enough and do these. I can remember them constantly. It's kind of a bummer. So we're going to do def start link, and then do our initial state will be probably our struct. I think that's a good plan. Stuck in here. So having this struct might be a good idea after all. So we're going to alias game server models battle unit. So we're going to just use a battle unit here. Battle unit, and it's going to be ID. Ooh, that's a good thing here. So we'll pass in the ID and player ID. That sounds pretty good. And the unit type, position X, position Y. Boom, that's pretty good. And so here we can start a new line. And we have ID. I might actually pop this down here like that. And so actually, I'm going to write a test for this. So we're going to say test game server. Actually, I need to make directory models. Test game server models. Battle unit .exs, and we're going to read in lib game server. I'm sorry, not that. Test game server test. Now we get started here. Game server models battle unit test. And we'll have doctest on the game server say test should create the initial state of the game battle unit to end, and setup do. We're going to need a PID on this. So one thing we're going to need is we're going to need def get unit. We're just going to do that for now. Actually, this is going to store all the units. That's what we have wrong here. Let's see here. Do we want to store all the units? Probably just need a map. Yeah, I'm just going to store. We'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. We have the map of the player, so that'll work. So we get our unit, do end, returns nil, and that's just going to set up the test so that we can fail it. Okay, so we're going to go with the initial state. Actually, I'll just do nothing essentially. Now we're going to go to here. We're going to say, let's do an import. Not import, we're going to alias game server models battle unit test. Okay, and now we're going to do, it's going to be okay pid. This is going to be that's not battle unit test, it's just battle unit. Battle unit. We actually have to do the initial state here. Initial state. So now, oops, battle unit start link on exit. How do you do it? I have to look it up again. Test, game server, subject, etc. Test. I think we have this on exit function. Process exit PID, and then here we're going to return okay unit ID a unit PID done. Okay. Thank you. Now here, yeah, okay. Exit status kill. Okay. Now we have our unit PID, pattern match on that, and now we're going to talk to our battle unit get unit PID, and that'll give us our unit. And I think what we'll do is we'll have our unit like that, so we can cross-check it. Great, got it. Call this our original unit, and now we can assert unit is equal to actually original unit. That's our unit. Okay. Now we go here. We're going to pass in our ID, player ID. So ID will be 5, 12, unit type will be 7, and then position will be 26, and this will be 9. Okay, so it should be equal on the end of this, so next test, and it passed. Next test game server knows test. No function matching. Oh, because I didn't actually pass the unit. And so let's do this. Unit equals battle unit ID 5, player ID 12, unit type 7, position X, position Y, right, this is 26, position Y, 99, and let's make sure we use the correct syntax, and we're going to do unit is unit. Okay, so there's our failed test, so let's go make it work. So initial state will be this. Battle unit ID is ID, and then oops, I'm gonna do this. Wrong button. Okay. ID, player ID, player ID, unit type, position X, position X, position Y, position Y. And this is a normal thing I like to do, by the way. I didn't really mention this, is I kind of like to prototype out kind of what we're going to be working on, and then I go back and clean it up and actually do TDD on it. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but sometimes it's hard to know what you want, and so this is a way to find out what's going to fit your bill, and then and you just sort of prototype it, sort of proof of concept, hack it together, and then you can go back and you can actually unit test it. So that's kind of what we've done up until this point, is do a lot of unit testing. So, I'm sorry, a lot of prototyping, and so this is kind of what we're doing to fix it and make it much more solid. So we're going to return state, and let's run the test. We have a syntax error, and there we go, passes. So now what we can do, you can always get the unit. But actually what we want to do is we actually want to do something a little bit more convenient, which is def call move unit, right? To position X and position Z. And actually that's what we need to do. We need to go back and change all this stuff. Z, Z. Because we're only getting more confused by it. We gotta stick by this actual coordinate system that we're dealing with. So there we go. So it's likely going to break over here. So let's do Z on that one. We'll take care of the unit created in a little bit. But we're going to move away from this position Y, because it's only messing things up. So now def call move unit, and actually we need to, what we need to do is actually going to do move unit PID do and no. Okay, so the reason we're setting it up this way instead of the def call is that we can actually have the API be validated. So now we're going to test should move the unit to a new location. So this is going to be the unit PID again, unit original unit, which we're probably not going to use, so we'll just do that to it. Do and unit dot battle unit, and we just call it move unit to the new location, which is going to be a PID, and we'll do 56 and 111. Sounds like a reasonable number. Assert. So now we're going to get we'll get the unit back. So now we should be able to assert unit position x is equal to 56, and assert unit dot position y is equal to 111. And there it is again, z. Alright, so next test, that'll fail. I wonder why that's not running that test. I see. Okay, so we're actually going to do this. I'm going to move game server, test game server models, battle unit, test game server models, battle unit, test. There we go. Next test, and there's our fail. So back here, so we got that ready. Now we're going to do our move unit. So def call move unit. We don't need the PID anymore because that's part of our gen server. And we're going to do state. And now we're going to set the new state. So this would be def cac. In fact, I'm going to call this unit. I'm going to call this unit and this unit. Okay? And now, first thing we do is we can reply with the unit. And we're going to update the unit in place. Actually, we need to do reply and set, I believe, or set and reply. So set and reply. This will be unit and unit. Unit will equal the unit type position x will be position x, and position z will be position z. Okay? Boom. Let's run our tests. Oops. And did not match file. There we go. 2 passes. I think that's going to be all we need for now. It was pretty easy to sort of set that up, and now we are controlling our battle unit through a gen server. Okay, so let's go back to here. So now we can handle that. So we already have our battle unit set up. So now when we create a battle unit, when we spawn our unit, here, create a unit, we're going to so we command Q it. Let's see here. So we set this to the command queue. unit created. We're going to change this soon. Okay, and so this comes down through here. It's our battle unit. And at this point, we need to put our units into a map. And then we can get our units from a player store. So, okay. So it's at this point, we got our player. And we get our units. So now we go with our OK pid. And this is going to be battle unit start link. And we're going to give it unit created, unit ID, unit created player ID, unit created unit type, and that's another thing we're probably going to need. Unit created position X, unit created that position Y. There we go. So that'll give us a PID. Okay. And now we put the unit created, unit ID, and we enter the PID, like that. Now we get put those units back into our player, we store our player, and this is our unit created dot unit ID. Notify all that are unit created. So now, when we pull it back out, we're going to get our units. We get our unit ID, which is going to be a PID. If our PID is not equal to nil, we don't need any of this anymore. And that's what we save. So now, we don't need this anymore. And now we say battle unit, move unit, give it the PID, and its new location, which is going to be unit move position X, unit move dot position Y. Okay. Now, I think we have this tested. 936. Thank you, compiler. So those pass, but I don't think we're unit testing this, but that's okay. This is tested, so I feel pretty good about that. And so our notify all will be that. Okay, so now we're storing the PID for each unit. So let's run this. Let's see if this works. Socket was closed, so something did not like that. Left click, right click. What's going on here? Yikes. Well, okay. That is insanity. Okay. Doesn't really give us any information, does it? Okay, so let's take a look. We don't need that debug statement right now, so we'll get rid of that. Creating new. What is it? Listening to socket? Yeah, we don't need that anymore. So let's see here. Unit move. That looks reasonable. Let's do this. I'm going to do debug. Let's see. IO inspect. Debug. Moving unit. And then inspect unit move. So that should do something different. Okay. Okay, so raised an exception. So we have game loop, battle command 61. 61. Doesn't seem reasonable. Moving unit. Enum find 3. Command handler 61. Here. Ah, okay, so that is a thing. So unit created. Move unit. So we're trying to find the player ID. Okay. So it looks like we get the unit ID, which doesn't exist. So what we can do is we can do unit equals battle server, or battle unit, get unit. Is that right? Get unit? Yeah, get unit. And we're going to get the unit. Otherwise, we'll just do nil if unit equals nil. Do and there. So now we get the unit ID. Let's see if that does the trick. Over here, right click, left click, and it still isn't happy with us. Move unit 3. Wait a minute. That is a different spot, I think. Battle, mix image. Move unit 3. Move unit, this one here. So here we get the unit pid. So what we can do is we can do this. Battle unit get unit. Like that. I think I want to do that for the other one too. No, that one's different. That one actually could be nil. So left click, right click, and there we go. So now that is getting the moving unit, but doesn't appear to be receiving it. I think, let's double check. Run here. Let me kill this real quick. I think, where's our debug? Here we go. This is what we're missing right here. So connected, and there he goes running again. Okay, so that's a seg fault. All right, so we have that in place. We've got our unit kind of cleaned up better. Let's fix this position Y thing. So we're going to change this to Z, Z. So we're going to fix that one right away. And then unit created, and we're going to change this to, and this will be it for the day. Z, after this, hopefully after this passes here. Okay, Z, okay, and then here it's going to be Z, we're going to search for position Y, so where Z, and position Z, position Z, there we go. Okay, so back here, and just running a quick test. There we go, that's looking good. Let's run this. Right click, left click. Socket was closed. Not found on unit moved to. So we missed one. Handler input unit moved to, and get that cleared up. And actually, that one wasn't the problem. There we go. And there we go. Running around. Good job, buddy. And this one here. Oops. Looks like we still missed something. I think that was the reconnect cell. Let's go. Oh, this isn't. fully down. What's going on here? We just saw this working with this one. Okay. Okay. So, remix supervisors closing on command 3. Command 3 doesn't say what's matching on it. Enum, so it's command handler 46. Here. We go to enum, all this stuff here. So here, create unit. It all seems fine. So create unit. What's the problem here? Create unit. Unit created. Position X, position Y. So here the unit is this is unit pid. It's going to be battle unit get unit pid. And then we go here, right click. Let's see here, command handler 48. Units. IO inspect pid. Anonymous each. Get pid. Create unit. Or player. Unit ID, unit position X, unit position Z. It seems okay. So here we did get a, oh, there it is. Get unit. Unit. That'll do the trick. I hope. Right click, left click. Moves slowly. Right click. There it goes. Move slowly. There you are. Moving together slowly. Maybe move over here and then move over here. So that's looking good. And then we'll crash the game there. There we go. So it looks like they crash very similar areas, so we'll have to figure that out. And so now let's call this a morning. Get status, get add test game server models, get commit, changed our unit to be a PID, crash origin master, and get status. I don't think much happened here. Oh, we claimed out the floats. So git commit remove rotation from main contract. Git push origin master date git tag 2016-07-06 0858 git push origin this business. Boom. All right. Happy coding. I'll see you guys tomorrow.